Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a beautiful little car, which is mine actually, a Honda CRZ GT. See here, finished in white, just shy of 48,000 miles on the car now, but it's in fantastic condition. Beautifully looked after, all of its servicing done by Honda, apart from one which we've literally just done on the car. And it's yeah, really exquisite car. Front of the car is completely clean, lights and lenses absolutely clear. Bonnet itself, hardly a stone chip there at all to report. It really is very tidy in that respect. Coming down the near side, it's mirror smooth on the panels, no indentations, no scratches, no marks. Front wing really clean. Near side front alloy really good. Worth pointing out the two front tyres have been replaced hopefully tomorrow. Actually, it was meant to be done before the weekend, but they were unavailable to fit them. So it's very clean. Near side rear alloy again, really good. Panel work, you can see there, it's really nice. Turn around the back of the car, again continues the theme. No marks, front corners really good. And again to the offside, as with the near side, it's absolutely mirror smooth on those panels. Offside rear alloy, again really nice. And then the remaining panel work, absolutely fantastic. And fine alloy, again, excuse my shadow, it's really good as well. So externally, the car's in really fantastic condition. Coming into the interior now, front passenger door card, absolutely immaculate. Full set of original CRZ mats from Honda. And front passenger seat there, you can see, is absolutely clean. Driver's door card this time, again, in pristine condition. It really is lovely condition. Just a little bit, obviously a few marks on the actual driver's door handle where you pull it on a regular basis. Driver's seat and bolsters are in fantastic condition. So sat inside the car now, engine's running through this section, so the dash can be seen illuminated. The dash looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's not only a gorgeous looking dashboard, but it's in simply beautiful condition. A USB port there, playing your music out and charging your phone, heated seat buttons, all the gator, everything just looks fantastic. And then come back to show the view of this absolute sensational dashboard. It really is stunning in here. If I pan in there, hopefully you can see 47,841 miles. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all. Right then, this is a road test video. This is for a Honda CRZ, and it's the GT model. This particular car is registered GL10KJZ, and mileage at the start of the road test is 47,801 miles. The reason for doing the videos, as we always say, is very simple. It's basically so if you're looking at the car online in an advert, you actually get to see that very car in operation. The fact is, this day and age, people are willing to travel much further to come and see cars, and lots of our customers come from the whole of the UK, but also over Europe as well. So the least we can do is go to the time and effort to do this. The reason being that we've been on the receiving end ourselves, going to see a car which looks great in an advert and online, and in the pictures, only to get there and drive it to find out it's got a fundamental problem which you should have been told about before setting off. So that's why we do it. So sorry, I should also say the road test is also done on these very quiet roads, very close to our premises, which we'll hope will then be representative of what you'd feel yourself if after test driving the car. This particular vehicle, it's rare, but this is actually my car. We obviously have to drive around, so we have our own cars to use, and this happens to be my own car of choice, and I absolutely love it. But it's we only keep cars for a short period of time, and it's time to sell. But the car's absolutely fantastic. It's obviously been beautifully looked after mechanically, and that's one of the main reasons I bought the car, because in essence it just drives exactly as new. Engine and hybrid system starts, it's silent, it doesn't have a starter motor as such, it just whirs into life off the electric side. Settles to completely even idle when it is idling, because quite often it'll just go to 0 and auto start without that annoying cranking sound that you get with so many cars. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car for that matter. But the system's absolutely brilliant. I love it for lots of reasons, mostly because it is really good fun to drive, but also because obviously it's very, very good on fuel and very good for the environment as well, which is obviously rather important to say the least. The system obviously, it works in, you've got 3 settings basically on the dashboard of the car. When you start the car always will start in what they call normal mode, which is kind of halfway between the 2 other options, sort of economy and sport, and it just drives it. These are, as Lexus like to refer to it as, it is a self-charging hybrid. You do nothing, there's no plugging in or anything like that. It's beautifully simple and unbelievably reliable. They are incredibly tough and long-lasting cars, but it's just, you're just driving a normal car. Now in this mode I've got a lovely performance, very good economy. If I wish, I can press the economy button there. A little green tree illuminates on the dashboard, a little shrub or whatever you want to call it. Throttle response feels much softer. You've got to push it throttle harder to get it to go, and it maximises the economy of the engine in that sense. But I would say, because from personal experience of these, which is always a dangerous thing to sort of pass on to people, but there we go. My very first one I actually didn't get on 100% with, only because I was trying to get 65, 70 miles per gallon out of the car and driving it very gently the whole time, which is fine, but actually rather dull. If I'm driving around town, quite often I will put it in this mode because it's lovely and light on the steering. It's very sweet in nature. But pretty much all other times, press the sport button, little red hue goes around the centre of the speedo readout, and immediately the throttle response is completely different. It feels really urgent, very quick to pick up, steering weights up, it's heavier in this setting, and the whole car feels completely alive, and I think is the essence of what these cars are all about. It's just fun. So what I lose in economy, which is very little, it's disproportionate how much I gain then in performance and the pleasure you can derive from driving the car. Because these ultimately, they are a fun car. And that sounds so cliched, but it really is true. And again, as I've always said previously, it really has a feel of a kind of a 90s hot hatch. It's immediate, it's fun, the engine's fantastic when you push it on, it loves to rev out. It's just a really, really lovely system, and it's matched to probably one of Honda's greatest gearboxes. It's a brilliant gear change, it's lovely short and throw, it's got a wonderful mechanical feel to it. It's light years out of most gearboxes you'll ever get your hands on. It's absolutely fantastic, and I can feel no wear in it at all, by the way. Likewise, clutch, absolutely perfect. Bite point's exactly where it should be as well. Steering of the car is just superbly weighted in this setting, particularly very accurate, very, very precise. Track's absolutely dead straight, by the way. There's no vibrations at all that come back to the steering wheel. And the chassis likewise, no knocks, noises coming off, anything, rattlings coming from underneath at all. It just feels wonderfully solid on the road and very comfortable as well. Because that's the irony, is it's brilliant through the corners. Again, it's got a real sort of chuckable nature to it. They're very, very, very light on their feet, but it rides very, very well indeed. It's a car that, I've done vast distances in these things, and I found them very comfortable to drive, especially because the seating's so good on them as well. Braking on the car, again, absolutely fantastic. There's
you know, we hit the brake pedal, there's no vibrations, no pulsing. Pedals lovely and powerful on the car as well. Looking around inside the car, I only ever buy the GT models, and there's nothing wrong with buying the sport models, of course, or the lesser models. It's just that on the GTs you get these lovely leather seats inside the car with they're heated as well, so on cold mornings you can put the heater on the seats. But what I particularly like is with the glass panoramic roof, and you've got this manual blind to pull across. It just adds so much natural light into the car. It just makes it feel a really lovely, airy car to drive, and the interior is brilliant on them, absolutely brilliant, beautifully made, as you'd expect by Honda, but just joyful to sit in and operate, and you can't say that of many cars in this day and age. It puts a smile on your face in every single way, this car. But you know, the more conventional thing is this huge radio here, which is so simple to operate. Even a dinosaur like me can operate it in 2 seconds flat. But then the dashboard here is just genius, really. It reminds me in some ways of the S2000s, because it's the symmetrical nature of it, with the 3 buttons either side down here, which the S2000 has something similar going on in their cars. But it's just a lovely dashboard, very futuristic with the nature of the dashboard and its readout, which won't appeal to everybody, which is good, but it works brilliantly in day-to-day use. On the left-hand side here, you've got your climate control system controls, which are just, again, it's subtle, and these tiny little details I think make a car. It's just the quality of the actuation of everything has a lovely damped feel to it, as you'd expect from Honda. And on the right hand side you've got these sport mode buttons, you've got electric window, wing mirror adjusters, traction control and headlamp washers as well. Steering wheel looks and feels as new in hand, in all honesty. I feel, you know, it's again nice simple wheel to operate. You've got your cruise control, again top models get cruise control, all works absolutely perfectly. Information display stuff down here, and then you've got hands-free function for your Bluetooth for the phone, which works perfectly because my phone's currently paired to it. And then you've got audio controls up here, auto lights, auto wipers, but it's all just tucked around the steering wheel. It's just so you can concentrate on the drive ahead, but at night when it's illuminated, it genuinely looks fantastic in here. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it, as brief as it may be, is literally just to show the car in operation. It drives faultlessly. It's absolutely brilliant. I have to say I'm horribly biased. I love these cars, and I do apologise, but that is the case.